Today on Top 10, I'll be reviewing the 5 best looking cars that are for sale in the year 2019. Starting off at number 5 is the Kia Stinger GT. The Kia Hyundai cousins are looking to make a splash and move upmarket, and the styling of the Stinger definitely upholds their new motive. The front of the car has Kia's signature tiger face grille, but the car has proportions unlike any Kia before. Note the long hood and cab rearward design, which is highly reminiscent of big V10 or V12 rear-wheel drive cars. The long hood is broken down dynamically with 2 guidelines on the outer edges toward the fenders and 2 vents for the hood, which look cool but are not functional. The roof and side mirrors of the car also further the sporty look, as they come in black instead of body color. Moving along the side of the car, you'll note that there is an air exit behind the front wheels, probably for brake cooling, but I'm not sure if it's functional. The rear of the car is bandwagoning on the relatively new sedan dressed as coupe styling that was brought about by the original Mercedes-Benz CLS, but has now been perpetuated in other vehicles from the Audi A7 down to the 2013 generation Ford Fusion. However, the Kia does it very well, with a short rear overhang and fairly exotic-looking taillights. The lights start at the side of the car, wrapping about a foot into the side panel. The 1-foot strip extends around to the rear of the car for the regular taillights, which are also extremely attractive. From the rear angle, quad exhaust tips and wide haunches round out an overall beautifully executed design. The rims are icing on the cake. Number 4 is the Lincoln Continental. The Continental's key styling feature that would stand out anywhere is the door handles that are built into the belt line. This gives the side of the Lincoln that concept car look, the feeling of shaved door handles. The front is attractive but maybe a tad understated, especially for a struggling brand that has to make a name for itself. The swooping bodyline on the side of the car starts off high near the hood, falls toward the final passenger door, and is then sent curving upward again to give the effect of sporting pretension. Make no mistake, the Continental isn't sporty, but its rear haunches do exhibit that due to this curve. The back of the car shines like the side profile. With the roof painted black, the Continental looks almost like an open-top concept, and it gives the car a sense of weightlessness. The taillights are as unique as the Stingers. This time, the single unit runs the length of the rear of the car, and the general shape is drop-dead gorgeous. The wheels are either 19 or 20 inches in diameter with a lot of spokes, and they have low-profile tires, which add to the luxurious look. Number 3 is the Hyundai Santa Fe. Typically, I'm not a huge fan of high-mounted, thin headlights. 2014 Jeep Cherokee. But Hyundai did them right. The front of the car is busy, but good-looking. The side profile's classic SUV, nothing new there. But the back is where the Santa Fe really shines to me. The taillights are solid red, no orange or white mixed in. Normally, I don't have a problem with taillights that have orange turn signals or white reverse lights integrated into them, but for whatever reason on the Santa Fe, it's just so clean with the solid red. The rear reminds me a lot of the 2019 Altima, which I also happen to like. The bodyline connecting the 2 sides of the car where the taillights meet makes the car seem wider and lower to the ground, an exciting feature. I'm not as much of a fan of the rear bumper design or wheels, which to me are just ripped out of the Hyundai parts bin. The rest of the SUV feels so upscale, but the silver of the bumper and the way the reflectors and reverse lights are integrated is only attractive on sub-$20,000 cars. Finally, the roofline of the car stays straight or even slopes downward toward the end from some angles, which also accentuates the low and wide look. It's a nice deviation from other SUVs that trumpet their large blockiness. Number 2 is the Infiniti Q60, the gorgeous reiteration of the venerable G37 Coupe. The front is classic Infiniti styling, which is typically a compliment. It's executed better than on other models like the QX60 or Q50. I feel like the front proportions of the car adapt to the family design language better on smaller cars than on bigger vehicles. The smoked gray wheels go well with any color, but the red car shown here really rocks them. The side profile is interesting with the hood line and rooftop looking good. There's an awkward transition though between the rear glass and trunk lid. It looks like it's caught between staying curved like the Stinger or having a flat trunk lid like a sedan. The striking angle of this car is absolutely the rear though. The taillights are some of my favorites of any car for sale today. They're smooth and they flow well. The exhaust outlets and diffuser are executed very well. I like the piano black and the outlet design. They did well with the trunk too. It doesn't hang too far down into the rear of the car, and the duckbill spoiler looks great. Finally, number 1 is the Volvo V60. I know Americans don't love wagons, but I don't see how you couldn't at least think this is a very good looking car. The new Volvo design language since Ford ditched them has been phenomenal. The whole lineup has simple, very clean designs that are characteristic of Sweden. My only complaint is that the same front fascia is used for every single vehicle, and I'd like to see some variation from their designers, especially since the only one they've designed is awesome. The best application is the V60, with the slim headlights and uncluttered hood. The side profile is all shooting brake, and the 2 body lines on the side arc toward the rear at a positive angle which makes the hood seem dropped in relation to the rest of the car. The rear 3/4 show the upturned bumper, which makes the vehicle seem like it rides higher than it does. The taillights bracket a piece of body color sheet metal with Volvo stamped on it. The taillights are somewhat unique, a clear nod to Volvo wagons of yore, but you can find taillights like this on a Honda CR-V as well. Part of why I like this design so much may be because I think wagons are so good looking in the first place, which is kind of unfair to the rest of the body styles, but I can't help it. This is the best looking one since the CTS-V wagon. Well, that about wraps it up for the best looking cars of 2019. Subscribe for the ugliest cars of 2019, which is coming soon.